Sometimes I forget that I'm alive. It sounds strange, doesn't it? But there are moments, quiet, hollow moments, when I genuinely can't tell if I'm still here, or if I just never left. It's not about depression or exhaustion. It's something else, something much deeper. Like my existence flickers, and for a few seconds I can feel myself slipping out of whatever this life is supposed to be. Have you ever felt that? Like your body's here, but you're watching from somewhere else? Tell me in the comments if you've ever felt that kind of emptiness. And maybe together we can figure out what this really means. Because I don't think it's something doctors can explain. It started 2 years ago on a Sunday morning. The air was heavy with rain, the kind that blurs everything outside the window until the world looks like it's melting. I remember waking up, but not really waking up. My eyes opened, but it felt like my body was just an echo of me. I lay there staring at the ceiling, waiting for something to move. My fingers, my breath, my thoughts. Nothing. I couldn't even feel the texture of the sheet beneath my skin. The strangest part was that I wasn't scared. I should have been. But all I felt was this calm, like my heartbeat had gone somewhere far away. And all I could hear was the hum of silence, and that deep, vibrating kind of silence that almost sounds alive. I blinked. Once. Twice. The ceiling didn't look the same anymore. It had a faint pulse, not like light or shadow, but like breathing. Slow, steady in rhythm with something that wasn't me, and then just as suddenly it stopped. My vision snapped back, the room was still, and my lungs drew in air so fast it hurt. When I sat up, everything was normal again. The rain outside, the ticking clock, the pale light through the curtains. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd just returned from somewhere. Like I'd been gone for hours, maybe days, and the world had kept spinning without me. The first time, I convinced myself it was sleep paralysis. I even Googled it. But the thing is, it didn't stop. It began happening when I was awake at work, in conversations, even while driving. There would be sudden gaps, like invisible skips in a recording. 1 second I'd be mid-sentence, and the next, everyone around me would be looking at me like I'd paused mid-word. Sometimes I'd find myself standing in a completely different spot. My hands positioned oddly, my head tilted, as if I'd been listening to something that no one else could hear. I started timing myself, setting up my phone to record me while I worked from home. Once, during one of those strange lapses, I disappeared from the frame. For exactly 17 seconds, just gone. When I reappeared, I was facing the camera, perfectly still, eyes wide open, staring directly into the lens. I never remembered doing that. I deleted that video. But I can still see my face in it. Not quite mine. Like something inside me had been watching me all along, and it finally wanted to be seen. My mother noticed it first. She said my voice sounded different on the phone. Slower. As if I was thinking between each word, deciding whether or not to speak at all. She said she sometimes heard me breathing even after I hung up. I laughed it off, but later that night I checked my call logs. The call hadn't ended when I thought it had. There were 2 extra minutes of silence recorded, 2 minutes of me breathing. That's when I started avoiding mirrors, because every time I looked into one, I'd feel that same delay, that slight lag between my movement and my reflection. It wasn't always there, but when it was, I could feel it. A soft pulling sensation behind my eyes, like my reflection was trying to drag me closer. One night, after waking up at 3:17 a.m., I made the mistake of testing it. I stood in front of the bathroom mirror with only the hallway light behind me. My reflection stared back, tired, hollow. I blinked, and my reflection didn't. It just stood there, eyes fixed on mine. and then its mouth moved, only once. But I saw it clearly. It whispered something. I couldn't hear it, but I knew the word. Stay. I turned the light off and sat on the bathroom floor until morning. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I just waited for the sun to rise, hoping the light would somehow reset everything. But the days after that were worse. The lapses became longer. Sometimes I'd lose entire hours. I'd come to in places I didn't remember going, standing by the window or sitting on the floor with my phone in my hand, screen black, recording. I showed one of those recordings to a friend. He thought I was pranking him. He said it looked like I was sleepwalking. But there was a moment in that clip he couldn't explain, when I looked directly into the camera and whispered something that didn't sound like my voice. It was low, layered like two people speaking at once. He refused to talk to me after that. I stopped trying to explain it to anyone. You can't tell people you feel like you're dying while still breathing. They think it's a metaphor, but it's not. I can feel it happening, like I'm fading in and out of something I can't control. The worst episode happened last winter. I was sitting by the window watching snowfall. Everything was silent, peaceful. Then the world just blinked. The snow stopped midair. I could see each flake frozen in place, suspended like dust in water. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. I looked down at my hands and they were transparent, faint outlines shimmering like heat waves. I remember thinking, so this is it. This is what it feels like to disappear. Then I saw someone outside, a figure, standing in the still snow, dressed exactly like me. The same coat, same shoes, same hair. They were looking up at my window. Slowly, they raised their hand and waved. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. I tried to move, but my body was frozen. Then everything rushed back. The snow fell, the sound returned, the air hit my lungs like ice. And when I looked again, the figure was gone. That night, I dreamed of them standing beside my bed. Not moving, not breathing, just watching. I thought maybe I was hallucinating, losing touch with reality. I went to a doctor. I even got a brain scan. Everything came back normal. Stress, they said. Sleep deprivation. But how do you explain the messages on my phone? The ones I never sent, but written in my style, my punctuation, my thoughts. Notes saved in my drafts folder with timestamps during my lapses. Sentences like, he doesn't know yet. I'm trying to stay. You were never supposed to wake up. The handwriting in my journal started changing too. I'd open a blank page, write a sentence, and come back to find entire paragraphs added beneath it. Descriptions of places I've never been. Conversations I don't remember having. And always that same closing line written in that thin, slanted handwriting that isn't quite mine. We forget that we're alive because we never truly were. I started to wonder if maybe there are two of me. One that breathes and walks and eats, and another that drifts in between the spaces of time, taking my place when I blink. Maybe I'm the glitch. Maybe I'm the one who was never supposed to wake up. Lately, I've noticed something else. The silence. It follows me everywhere now. Not just quiet, but actual silence, and the kind that presses against your ears until you can hear your own pulse. It happens when I'm about to fade. A subtle hum, then that stillness like the world's holding its breath. I've tried to record it. Every device I use stops working when it starts. The moment I hit record, the sound disappears, but the timer keeps running. When I play it back, there's nothing but static. Sometimes, if I listen long enough, I can hear whispers in it. My own voice saying things I don't remember saying. One night I decided to confront it, to let it happen without fighting back. I lay down, closed my eyes, and waited for the hum. It came soft and low. My chest felt light, my thoughts slowed, and everything began to fade, and then I heard it. Not outside me, inside. A voice, calm and familiar. Mine. It said, "Stop fighting it. You're only alive when you're not here." I woke up gasping, tears running down my face, my heart pounding so hard I thought it would break my ribs. I checked the clock. It was 3:17 a.m. again, the same minute. The same second as before. I don't think these are dreams. I think I'm remembering something I was supposed to forget. Something about what being alive really means. Sometimes when the silence comes, I feel like I'm being watched from inside my own body, as if something's waiting for me to step aside so it can take over. And every time I come back, the world feels slightly off. Colors muted, sounds slower, people quieter. Like everything is a little less real than before. I've started wondering if maybe I already died once. And this, whatever this is what happens after. Not heaven, not hell, not rebirth. Just repetition. A continuous loop where fragments of me keep trying to remember what it means to exist. Sometimes I forget that I'm alive, and sometimes I think something else remembers for me. I don't know what will happen next time I fade. Maybe I won't come back. Maybe I'll stay wherever I go when everything turns still. If this video stops suddenly or if I go quiet for too long, promise me one thing. Don't try to find me. 'Cause if you do, you might end up where I am. And I don't think there's a way back from here.